This is a 2010 Hyundai i20 1.4, a great Korean hatchback that can be bought for less than 100,000 Rand at the time of this recording. And in fact, the one that we're going to be driving today was bought in 2018 for 75,000 Rand. Its biggest rivals would probably be the Ford Fiesta and the VW Polo. But can this i20 Korean car compete with these giants? We're about to find out. Hyundai has been in South Africa for quite some time now, since this i20 was launched back in 2009, and I think we can quite confidently say that South Africans really trust Hyundai nowadays. I think what South Africans like most about Hyundai is that they come with like features that BMW and Audi come with, and for way less of a price tag. The thing is that Hyundai has been with South Africans long enough now for us to put our trust in their products. The i20 boasts some cutting-edge styling for some cutting-edge pricing. It also comes with a 5-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty. It's tightly built, well-equipped, and definitely fuel-efficient. The i20 was set out to replace the old Hyundai Getz, which in my opinion was a brilliant move made by Hyundai. Now you still have a great car at a great price with all the modern bells and whistles still. So looking at the exterior design of this car, you get fog lights in the front. And then we got these nice sharp looking headlamps, kind of like the Chevrolet Spark in the front, which kind of looks nice and sporty. And I don't know if you noticed this about the i20, but it kind of looks like the badge has wings on each side. It kind of looks kind of cool if you ask me. You get 15-inch wheels. Moving on to the side of the exterior of this car, you get one nice contour line going around the top and one at the bottom that makes the car look quite sexy. You also get an indicator light here just below the mirror, and the mirrors come out the same color as the car, just like the door handles, so it's not that obvious to see. Nothing quite special about the roof, no contour lines, just a plain flat roof. Alright, then moving on to the back of the car, you get a brake light in the middle at the top, where the scoop would go usually. Then you got this nice big back rear view window, which comes with heated element grids, so you can defrost your windows in those cold Cape Town winters. It also has a back windscreen wiper over here. You got two nice contour lines running here, along with the contour line around the number plates at the back. And then you also got the boot handle just under the Hyundai logo, or badge. And then you got some sporty looking backlights with a built-in reflector light over here. And if you look at the bottom, there's no exhaust because it's actually hidden under the bumper at the back. So overall, I think the exterior of this car is quite funky, quite hip. Yes, it doesn't have LED lights and stuff like that all the new cars come out with. But I mean, still, with the price tag that you're getting with this car, I think it's a great looking car. Alright, so here we are inside the Hyundai i20 first generation. So there are a few features missing here that we'll mention now. Starting off with the steering wheel, you got a multi-function steering wheel, so you can change the volume, skip a track. The car doesn't have Bluetooth, which is unfortunate, but it is a first generation Hyundai i20. The car does have auxiliary, however, and USB, so you can play music through those two. And then looking at the center console over here, we got a CD player and radio, FM and AM. Also on the center console, we got air conditioning. We got air rotation inside the car if you want that. And then you got demisters over here, like I mentioned earlier, for the back window. You also have a trip-o-meter. I'm not sure what to call this thing, but it's for when you want to trip balls, you just... that's it for the center console. And then onto the driver's right hand side, you got electric windows all the way around, front and back, and electric mirrors like you saw earlier. So you can change the mirror angle to how you want, so parking is easy. And then mentioning the space that I have here, it's pretty comfortable, I must say. There's quite a lot of space in the Hyundai i20s. They're actually more spacious than the Vigos and the VWs, which is quite surprising. So when you get in here, you'll notice that. You'll definitely notice that. Another cool feature of the Hyundai i20s and even the first generation is the cubbyhole is actually pretty big, and you also get a little air vent over here inside, which can keep your champagne cold. So when you're going to pick up Jay-Z, you know, his champagne can be cold. That's pretty cool. So mentioning the materials in this car, the seats come out in cloth seats, which are pretty sturdy and quite bulky. So they're quite strong. They'll last quite a while. The dash is plastic, but if you look at this dash, it's got a nice flow design to it, which I really like. You got some flatness here, so you can put, you know, your cell phone there, maybe your power bank, and you're charging your phone. And then on the right hand side, the doors are also plastic, but in the middle piece there is some cloth, so that's pretty premium if you ask me. Got some space here on the driver's side, also on the passenger side over here. And then you got some space in the door. Quite a bit of space actually, but you can't put a bottle here. So you'll probably land up putting your trash in the side of the door over here. That's what usually happens with Hyundai i20 drivers, as I've heard. And then in the middle over here, you got quite a bit of space. You got 1, 2, 3 compartments here where you can put keys and cell phones and wallets. The back one is probably used for the passengers to put their phones or wallets, because unfortunately there's no storage compartments in the back doors. So the passengers end up using this centerpiece at the back here. And then you got some bottle compartments here, so you can fit 2 bottles. You can put large bottles there, but not too large. I would say 500 mils. And then yeah, the air vents in the front, you got air vents here and 2 on each side. And on each side, the air vents at the top actually blow up toward the windows on the side. So you can demist your windows with that. Pretty cool. The car also comes out with pretty decent speakers. So you got 2 in the front. You got a tweet over here, and I would say a bass and mid over here. So 2 on each door in the front. And then looking at the back doors, you got 1 speaker in each door at the back. So the car does have pretty decent bass and pretty decent treble if you ask me actually. So pretty happy with the sound coming standard with this Hyundai i20. Alright, and then at the top of the car on the roof, we got some sun visors here, and each sun visor in the front does have a mirror, but unfortunately it doesn't have a light. But hey, you get 2 mirrors, that's pretty cool. And then in the middle over here we got 2 lights. One light is for just putting the lights on, and the other one is a feature, so when the doors open the lights go on. And then also the passengers are lucky enough to also get a light. That's pretty cool. Thanks Hyundai, thanks. Another thing I really love about the Hyundai i20s, even the first generation ones, is that they have a seat jack. So I can make my seat higher or lower very easily. It's not like those turny ones where you have to keep turning it around, you know. These ones are pretty cool. It's like the Polos. Okay, that's enough. Okay, let me mention this front piece over here. So on the screen here, you can actually tell the temperature, you can tell the time, you can tell the date. You can also tell how much mileage you have left from your petrol tank, so you can know if you're going to run out of petrol soon or not, or how far you have to go. Yeah, and that's pretty much the interior and tech of the car. Let's go look at the back, see how much there is to talk about there. It's cold outside. So here we are at the back of the Hyundai i20, and I have quite a bit of leg space, not a lot, but I'm not uncomfortable at all, and I'm like medium size and I still have headroom, so I think it's pretty decent. The seats also come out with ISOFIX clamps, which I believe are for your baby seat, which is pretty cool for moms and dads who need to transport their little kids. And then you also got some space here in the back seat. You probably fit a small laptop in here, some magazines, and I mentioned earlier about the storage compartment in the middle. And then you also get headrests. They do look nice, I must say. You also get these backseat passenger handles here for when your friend is driving really fast and you're like, holy sh**. And then the roof is pretty cool. It's not one of those roofs that are going to sag, which is in my opinion, pretty cool because I've had roofs that sag and it just makes the whole car look absolutely terrible. And the roof color is a contrast color to what the seats are and the door panels, so it kind of looks quite smart in here. You're not going to believe this, but the Hyundai i20 has more boot space than all its rivals with 295 liters of boot space. That's more than the Polo, the Figo, and you name it, anything in its rivals, it has the most boot space. So you can take this back lid off over here, and then you can see how much boot space there is. And these seats do go down over here, and it doesn't get completely flat, but it gets pretty close, so you can use that space quite nicely over there. Alright, then you also got space under the boot mat over here for your spare wheel, your jack, and all your tools over there. Pretty cool. Now, as for performance, the Hyundai i20 is a pretty decent little firecracker. It's got a 1.4 litre engine, 16 valves, 4 cylinders, and it's able to put out 74 kilowatts of power. That's more than the 2008 Polo. So the car does have 6 gears, including reverse gear, and it's so nippy. You feel that power. The one that we're driving today, like I mentioned earlier, this is a 1.4 litre petrol engine, but it does come in diesel as well if you wanted to, and then you can also get it in automatic or manual transmission. The one that we're driving today is manual transmission, and if I must say, the gear changing feels pretty good on this car. It's nice and smooth, it goes into gear very easily, not much effort goes into that. So yeah, as for performance, I really like this car. An odd feature that this car has is, it tells you when to change your gears. But I think most drivers who drive the Hyundai i20 don't pay much attention to that feature because we like to drive how we like to drive, you know what I'm saying? Now let's talk petrol consumption or fuel consumption. This car can do 9.2 liters in the city per 100 kilometers and 5.3 on the highway. So if you have a full tank of gas, this is a 45 liter tank, you can drive from Cape Town to Kimberley on one full tank of gas. That's pretty decent. Alright, now talking about safety in the Hyundai i20, it comes out with 6 airbags, does have side curtain airbags, and is rated 4-star safety rating by ANCAP's website. As I mentioned earlier, it also has ISOFIX baby clamps in the back, so you can clamp your baby in pretty tightly. And then also, if you're not wearing your safety belt, the car will moan at you, so you'll get really annoyed and put on your safety belt, so that's pretty cool. Now, talking about price, when this car first came out way back in 2009, it was going for 139,000 Rand brand new. But nowadays you can pick up this car most certainly for under 100,000. In fact, the one that we're driving today was purchased in 2018 for just 75,000 Rand. That's a bargain for this little firecracker over here. So overall, I think even the first generation Hyundai i20 is still a quality car, diverse enough for moms and dads, as well as for the youngsters who like the body shape and the styling. Its petrol consumption is decent and its build is strong. Considering you're buying it second hand, you know you're buying it from someone who has had a 5-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty on it. Compared to more premium cars like VW, Audi, BMW, maintaining almost all Hyundai models always work out far cheaper. For me, if it came down to choosing between a 2009 Polo and a 2009 i20, I think it would depend on the overall styling and perhaps the space. If you like the look and the space of the i20, get the i20. But if you like the look of the Polo, get the Polo. If you want to save a bit of money and enjoy having a bit more space, I'd get the i20. If you're looking to buy one of these and to get a great deal, visit our website now and find the car that you're looking for. So that's it for this video on the first generation Hyundai i20. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like and smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.